Hey to all my YouTube subscribers. This is Josie the Truth. I got a video that I want to talk about. And it's about pride and comparison. So it was about my homeboy Dale. Cause it was me and him talking. So listen to this. So I have a next door neighbor. She love picking at me, and she be telling the landlord that I be blocking the driveway. And so I be moving my car back so she can get by. You know what I'm saying? So she want to keep telling the landlord, you know. And so I asked my homeboy, I said, man, you think she can get by? He was like, Lenise, he was like, Josie, she can get by. You bad to call far enough, friend. If you keep bagging your car up, you'll get stuck in the grass. If you keep bagging up, you'll get in the mud and you'll get stuck again. And so obviously I said, well, I'm trying to make sure she can get by. He said if she can't get by, she'll need to be driving a little regular piece of shit. And so I said, hold on now. You ain't gotta say all that, man. I said, listen, I was just asking you, was my car in the way? He said, no. I was just saying. I said, well, listen now here's the thing. I guess he didn't understand. I said, listen out there. I said, now I'm not talking about my neighbor. I was just saying I'm tired of her telling the landlord. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't talking about her car now because, you know what I'm saying? As long as she got a car, that's all that matter there. I said, it don't matter how her car look. It can be ugly, a piece of shit. It doesn't matter. She can get around. That's all that matter. And I was trying to tell him, stop talking about people because sometimes you got to look at yourself. Just like me. You got to look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I was just saying, that little step, that damn car, ugly as hell. Look how that shit look. I said, it doesn't matter, Darren, as long as she can get around. I said, I'm not talking about how her car look. I was just saying, I was trying to make sure my car wasn't blocking the yard so she can get through. You know. And I said, sometimes you gotta look at yourself, man. And he didn't want to hear that. I said, I'm gonna tell you something, Darren. I said, you got your pride real high. I said, bring your pride. I said, bring that pride. I said, bring your pride now. And he was like, proud my ass. And I was like, man, listen, man, we can't get no blessing from the good Lord if we got pride. You think God gonna approve of that? If you got pride, and I used to have pride too. I used to. I got out of that. When I say I got out of that having pride, I got out of that. Because I know God wasn't going to approve of that. And I said, another thing, Derek. I said, excuse me. I said, stop comparing yourself. He was like, well, when I get my car gonna look way better than that piece of shit.